everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gabriella. Thanks so much for stopping by, especially if we don't know each other. Really nice to meet you. Today is going to be such a fun makeup tutorial. Now today I am filming a 0 to 100 date night, going out, ladies night, full on glam. I have practiced this look before. I am so excited, hoping as I practice that things will go smoothly. Now this is kind of funny because why I say 0 is because I am literally at 0 mode right now. Usually I would put some fake tan on my face the night before filming a YouTube video. Totally forgot, so my body is very slightly darker than my face, so we will match that up now. All I've got on is moisturiser, so we're literally at 0. We're going to take it to 100 full on glam. So first things first, I have taken a foundation brush by Real Techniques, and I've got a mix of two foundations going on my face. I've got a mix of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, just show you that there, and that is mixed in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I really like the coverage of this mix. The reason why I've mixed two is because one, my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation is too light and my Airbrush Flawless is too dark. So I experimented with mixing them together and that works for me and gives me a really nice coverage. This isn't oxidizing and they are both really commonly well loved foundations. And I think that they work really nicely together for my base and give me that coverage that I like. I always moisturize before I do my makeup, but one thing that I don't do is I don't regularly do primer. I know some people love to do primer, but for me personally, I'm not too bothered either way. I will just use a setting spray to hold my makeup on when I've finished. Just blending that down my neck and my chest. Going over my ears also. This is going to be a full-on glam. I will look very different at the end of this video to at the start. I can really see why people love both of these foundations, my two favourites at the moment. Next up, using a small concealer brush like so, I am going to go with a little bit extra coverage underneath my eyes and also maybe a little bit around my nose. I wear a lot less concealer than I used to, and this is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer in shade 2. This gives a lot of extra coverage. It's one of my favourite concealers at the moment. So I'm just blending that with a smaller brush underneath my eye and around my nose. I just get a little bit of redness around my nose, especially when I've got hay fever. I'm just currently setting where I put that concealer underneath my eyes and around my T-zone with a matte setting powder to set those areas that crease really quickly. And then I'm using this Laura Mercier Glow Edition translucent powder, just the smallest amount on a Real Techniques large fluffy blending brush, like powder brush. The smallest amount of this to set my face with a little bit of an added glow. I know that the original translucent powder by Laura Mercier is like everyone's go-to, although I am now really liking the glowy edition. I'm just blending that everywhere across my chest and my shoulders as well. I really like the glow that this gives. I mean, it's everyone's go-to powder really. I just use a big fluffy blending brush and blend this right down all over onto my chest and shoulders as well. Next up, I am using my Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm Face Palette, and I'm going to go in with the warm bronzer from here. Now with bronzer, I don't really need to wear too much today, because I have got a little bit of fake tan on my body as well, so I don't want it to be too heavy on the bronzer, although it is really good with an angled brush to sharpen up the cheekbones a little bit. So where I've put this is I've put it along my cheekbone and then round my forehead to sharpen up there. And then I've just, whatever is left, I've just blended down my jawline and my neck. I also just run any excess in my eyes, down my nose, just to bring it all together. Next up, I want to be a little bit rosy, so I'm going to go in with this blush shade just here. It's got a little bit of highlight in it as well as blush, which I love, and not too much, but it is summer, so I do want to have a little rosy glow. So I'm just going to go slightly higher than where I put my bronzer along my cheek. Love this blush from this palette. I'm also going to go in with that highlighter shade with a smaller highlighter brush. And I feel like I always use this Charlotte Tilbury face palette at the moment, but I just absolutely love it. And I'm taking this highlighter along my cheekbones and all the high points of my face. So around the sides of my face and then down the centre of my nose, just above my lip, just a touch there, and underneath my brows. Just a hint there too. Now, something that I like to do at the moment, even though I've packed on all this makeup, is I like to add some faux freckles using a freckle pen. This is the U-Tan freckle pen, and I feel like this really changes the look and my face. I always go over my moles. I use it to disguise any blemishes, like a more natural effect, even though I'm caking on all this makeup. I'm getting my brows on next with some Bobbi Brown eyeshadow powder. I know that people can find brows a little bit boring, so I will whiz this through really quickly. But personally, I never even used to be able to go out without any eyebrow product on. So this is definitely like one of my favourite steps of makeup. There we go, and I'm using an Eco Tools angled brush for this. And then I like to run a spoolie through them after, a little like eyebrow brush, just to comb them all through and check they're in place once I've filled them in. So that is my eyebrows on now, filled in. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more concealer and I'm going to prime my eyelids so I've got a base for my eyeshadow to stick to. And for this, to blend in this concealer, I'm going to use a flat concealer brush to just blend this in. And I'm just running that underneath my brows, and then that will clean up and sharpen and create definition. Blending that out with that same concealer brush. I've just been through all my palettes, and I think one of my favourites for going out is my Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotise palette. And I'm going to start off with the colour Happy Glow, which is a nice warm, medium orangey toned brown. And I'm going to run that through my crease with a blending brush in circular motions. And then we will start to build up some colours. And I like to wing my eyeshadow out quite a lot. I'm actually repeating that with that same brown shade for a second layer because I want a really nicely defined layered up crease to start the eyeshadow look. Next, I'm going in with a slightly shimmer light brown shade from this palette, which is slightly lighter, and I'm going to pat that on underneath my brow to highlight underneath my brow bone. Just patting that on, and then I will blend it out. I'm going to go over the top of what I just did with that bright gold metallic shimmer shade. I really like my looks to stay really warm, like those golden, orangey, brown, warm brown tones. Guys watching this, you can wear whatever you want on your eyes. It really is personal preference. I just think that warm suits me better. It's almost got a hint of orange in these shades. Very shortly, I'm going to cut my crease with some concealer on my lid. So therefore, I'm going to go in with this darker burgundy, sort of reddy brown shade. And then I'm going to use the smaller end of my brush, the flat end, to define my crease further. And that will darken it up and create that contrast for more definition. Then I'm blending that out into the other eyeshadow shades using the thicker blending brush. Side of this dual-ended brush, this one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm also blending whatever is left on the brush, tapping into the outer corner of my eye. I love the dual-ended brushes because you can swap and alternate between sides of the brush. Makes it so much quicker and easier. Now my eyes are actually ready to go in with the concealer on my lid and almost like cut my crease. So I'll just take a little bit of that concealer off the back of my hand, the same concealer that I used earlier, and with a small detailed brush, I'm just tapping that onto my lid and cutting the crease underneath where I put that dark eyeshadow. And then I will go over the top of this concealer with a metallic shimmery eyeshadow from the palette, and the concealer will make it pop out. I'm sort of just going 2/3 of the way into my eye and leaving the outer corner without concealer. And then I'm actually tapping that concealer in with my finger. And now the concealer is on, I'm going back in with that metallic golden shimmer shade with a super flat brush. And I'm really packing that on to the lid, blending that out with my finger. Okay, so now I want to add some colour underneath my eye. I do feel that with my eye shape, I don't really suit too much colour underneath my eye. So I'm just going to add a little bit. This is really adding so much colour to my eye. I'm keeping it warm, going in with that gold shade and that orangey brown shade underneath with a flat brush. And then again, I will blend it out. Now, I honestly wouldn't feel like I was like going out full glam unless I had some black eyeliner on. So I'm going in with a black eyeliner pen by Ciate London. I'm just lining my upper lash line like so. Before we do the lashes and the mascara, I feel like this look needs brightening up a little bit. So I'm going back in with that very first highlighty goldy shade with a very small detailed brush, and I'm just popping some more of that highlighty shade on the centre just to brighten the look up a little bit. Before I do my mascara, I am just going to curl my lashes with my eyelash curler. This one is by Brushworks, and fun fact, these eyelash curlers, they are only £3.99 to buy. Also, while we're talking mascara, I'm going to link a really good eyelash and eyebrow serum. It's by Instant Effects, and I've run out of it recently, but it is amazing. And then I'm going to take my Lancome Hypnose mascara. I love this mascara because it's not clunky, and there are so many clunky mascaras out there that clump your lashes up. I'm just putting a light coat of that on before I put my eyelashes on. I am now gluing on my Ardell lashes to take this look up a notch. They're relatively natural ones, but I feel that natural is better because I have a small eye. So I'm just going to glue these on. I love the Ardell lashes because they are synthetic, they're not mink hair, so they are completely cruelty free. And that is why I love them. And they also look great as well, of course. All to do now is my lips, and today I'm going to wear my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in shade Hudson, and this is a gorgeous orangey brown colour. I think it will go perfectly with the eyeshadow look, and then I will wear lip liner as well. My absolute favourite lip liner is the NYX Lip Pencil in shade Ever. It's this lovely pinky warm pink tone that goes with a lot of lipsticks. And top tip, if you are going out for dinner, I would just leave it with lip liner, because when you eat it doesn't smudge like lipstick does, and then you can always put lipstick on after. I always feel like it's once you've got some lip on, that's when you're like, yes, like I'm ready. So this is how it looks with just the lip liner. And now we're going to add even more. We're going to add the liquid lipstick. Now this is the final step to be very careful with if you are going on a date or you're planning on kissing somebody, because it's going to get messy. This is the lip gloss. I'm using the Benefit Sugar Bomb in Ultra Plush. Now, one thing I can say though is it tastes really sweet. Like, I always find myself like licking my lips and kind of liking the taste of it. It smells so good. The lips are finished and I am shaking my setting spray. This is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray. Closing my eyes and mouth so that I don't get it in my eyes. And then just to finish off, I am taking my big fluffy powder brush, blending it all in, checking but I don't have any harsh lines down my neck before I go out. Before I go, I'm taking my ponytail out. I'm going to attempt to brush out and sort this frizzy, bushy haired mess to sell the look a little bit better. And here is the finished look. It's nothing too crazy, but this is my go-to 0 to 100 glam. I think the main thing is that it's really important to remember that we are all totally different without any makeup on to a full face of makeup on, and that absolutely does not make you a catfish. Guys, if you have enjoyed my video, then I would love to see you again. I will try and upload to YouTube more regularly, especially if we can get those subscribers up. It's Gabriella Natasha on Instagram and TikTok as well. Also on Agora World, if you have that app also. I hope you have an amazing week. Hope it's as fab as you are. And I will see you next time. Bye.